Am I the idiot for making my mother homeless after she mocked the death of my fiancé? This happened today, so it's all still too fresh. I apologize in advance since English is not my native language. Back when the pandemic started, my mum was evicted and I offered her to stay at my place until she sorted things out. During this time, August last year, my fiancé of 6 years passed unexpectedly after contracting COVID, and I've been totally depressed since then, basically focusing on work so that I don't have to think about it. It still really hurts. It doesn't help that my mom has been talking a lot of things about vaccines and how COVID is a hoax, how it's a Chinese plan to dominate the world, etc. It's exhausting. It didn't stop when my fiancé died, which I thought it would. Back when it happened, she said something on the line of, she died because she was scared. She probably died of something else. According to her, only people that are afraid of the virus dies. I've put up with this because otherwise she would be homeless, and I thought I could ignore the drama. Cut to today. I got home and there was a big, fancy cake at the dinner table. I was confused and thought maybe I forgot her birthday since I'm not thinking straight in the past few months. Mom was in the other room when I asked what the cake was about, and she came to the living room doing a funny dance, all excited, and said that it was to celebrate the 200,000 COVID deaths my country reached today. I live in Brazil. I stood still for some seconds thinking I heard wrong. I asked her again what it was and she asked me if I haven't seen the news. We've reached this milestone today and she wanted to celebrate all the idiots that died to this hoax. I was taken aback. I grabbed the cake and threw it straight at the wall. She started screaming. I tried to remain as calm as I could and asked if she was mentally ill or if she needs help. How could she think it would be funny to celebrate something like this? Especially since I'm still mourning. She told me I should get over it, and if she died it was just because she was a weak person, so I was better off and she would probably have better grandkids. I decided to escort her out of my house, gave her some money and told her to stay the night at a hotel, and only come back in the morning to grab her stuff. I also told her to never contact me again. I spent the last few hours grabbing all of her stuff and putting it on the outside of the apartment so that she can collect it tomorrow. As of right now, at least 3 family members reached out telling me I'm a terrible person for throwing out the person that raised me. They said that the cake is just her dark sense of humor and that I'm a fool for not entertaining it. I told them all some terrible things and to take care of her if they are so fond of her sense of humor. Of course, now I'm questioning what kind of person leaves their mum homeless, but I really don't want to see her ever again. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Absolutely not. This is disgusting behavior and you do not want it in your life at all. I doubt she'll change, but maybe it'll be a wake-up call to your mom. I'm sorry about your fiancé. Disgusting is an awesome word to use. As I read it I kept thinking this is absolutely effed. What kind of monster of a mother would do any of those things? Never mind all of them. Not the idiot, and go no contact without ever looking back. Oh my god. Not the idiot. I was expecting you to be exaggerating when I read the title, but the more I read the more horrible it got. You should have thrown the cake at her. I'm so sorry for your loss. Not the idiot. Your mother has completely dismissed everything you had to say as well as a reality. I don't think you did the wrong thing. Stick to your guns. You don't need her. Am I the idiot for being mad that my friend gives me such shitty gifts? I, 31F, been best friends with Alex, 29NB, for 3+ years. We have a good relationship and they're usually considerate of my feelings. But I always feel so thoroughly let down at every birthday/Christmas/Easter/celebration etc. I don't really have any family, and so my birthday, Christmas etc. has historically been a very lonely time for me. I try my best to not let it get to me and to do things I enjoy these days, but I always end up feeling a bit unloved. I've spoken to Alex several times about how I really want my birthday to be fun and to do something that will bring me joy and gain some great memories. They always say they'll organize something special and never do. Even if I say I'll organize everything, they'll tell me not to, because they want to. I give them heaps of ideas: visiting the art gallery, A picnic, brunch, movie, etc. They do nothing. Same thing with gifts. They'll hype me up saying they've got me this great gift and then on the day I'll receive nothing. Some examples. Easter. They know I'm obsessed with Easter egg chocolate. One year they bought heaps of it for me and kept telling me to come over so they can give it to me. I came over several times and didn't receive anything but didn't want to be rude so said nothing. After a few visits, I tried to gently remind them how excited I was to eat Easter chocolate. They showed me what they'd bought but never gave me any. It was weird. Birthdays. This year they had me pick out exactly what I wanted as a gift, not expensive, and we planned on having a picnic. I arrived at their house and we had a cake and ate a frozen meal. No gift. This was during the pandemic so obviously, I didn't have any other plans or people I could spend it with. Previous birthday they got me a key ring. I spent $100 plus on their last birthday and always buy them something I know they love and we always at least go out for dinner. They earn at least double what I do and I know it's not a matter of forgetfulness. I'm getting increasingly mad about this and want to say something to them but I think I might be the idiot because it's obviously rude of me to expect gifts from someone and I feel petty for carrying this grudge. Am I the idiot here? Not the idiot. They're not your friends. Don't give them anything on their birthday, Christmas next time and treat yourself to something you've wanted for a while. And to be extra petty, gift them the exact same key ring and fake excitement over yours and theirs matching key ring. See, we are best friends now. We have the same key rings. You do have an eye for the best stuff so I realized that you deserve the best too. I'm so excited. Not the idiot. If you expected gifts without reason, or were given gifts and didn't like them, threw a hissy fit, that's a different scenario. They are just straight up promising you things then breaking those promises selfishly and without any clear reason. I honestly don't get it. If they didn't get you any gifts and said nothing about your birthday it'd be crummy but not an idiot move. But when you promise gifts, events, chocolate, etc., but don't deliver, yeah? It's a crappy thing to do. You are certainly not the idiot for being disappointed, agree with all the commenters. Not the idiot. You need to find better friends. Not only are they cheap but they're thoughtless. Why tell someone you have gifts for them and then you show up and not give them anything? They're either very thoughtless, cruel, or stupid. First of all, stop spending money on them. Not one red cent. Do the hobbies and things you enjoy and make new friends that way. There's a lot of good people out there. And a lot of cheap, stupid, thoughtless people as well. Tell them how you feel and if you don't see a change, F them. Am I the idiot for refusing to replace a mattress after my son destroyed it? My son is 7 and he suffers from some pretty bad night terrors that he is in therapy for. Due to this he also wets the bed, quite a lot. Normal pull-up style pants don't work and I have to change him at least twice a night to protect my bed. He sleeps in my bed because it helps soothe him. Because of this, he has relatively thick diapers, although we call them Superman pants, and sometimes they still leak. We aren't sure why he pees so much, but I work with it. New Year's Day my mother had a pretty bad fall and she was in the hospital. Usually, I would take my son with me, but at the time his father was calling me every day begging to see him. I spoke to my son and he agreed that he would stay with his dad for 2 nights. His father isn't an awful person but he certainly isn't the best, either. With a packed bag, I sent him off, said goodbye, gave the instructions to his father to help him through the night, and set off to the hospital a few towns over to see my mother. She was fine and waved me off from driving all the way up, but it was still lovely to see her. The next morning I awoke to several calls from my son's iPad. He has an emergency call button for, emergencies. Basically, his grandmother had shown up to see him and wanted to stay the night. Seeing his baby underwear they told him he could be a big boy for 2 nights and straight up refused to let him wear them. This angered me because my son really struggles emotionally and this has been a huge setback. When he inevitably woke up screaming, with wet sheets. It didn't go well. She yelled and he didn't go back to sleep. I said my goodbyes to my mother, and when I got to my son I was met with a very clingy, tired, and emotional boy. I yelled a little, but my main aim was getting him home. He's been stuck to me like a leech. I tried to shower the other day and he sat outside my door sobbing, terrified sobs, too. He wound up sitting outside the shower curtain with one arm stuck inside so he could touch me. Sperm donor had the audacity to call me 2 days ago demanding I pay for a new mattress because he couldn't keep a pee-stained one in his house. I told him where to shove it and hung up. My mother, still in the hospital, is throwing around some rather colorful insults. A few people think I should give him the money to keep the peace, and that it's not him to blame, it's his mother. I think he's as much to blame as his mother and he is never seeing my son again. People are also saying I shouldn't stop him from seeing his son because of one incident. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. That's his son. Even if your son intentionally did this, you still wouldn't owe him money for it. One of the prices of having kids is that they wreck your stuff. But he's trying to pull this when he knows full well that your kid isn't at fault in the slightest? No, not the idiot. He was in his father's custody at that time. He can handle paying for any damage caused. Not the idiot. Your child wets the bed, not at all uncommon in kids of his age, especially boys. You sent him with the proper things to wear for his medical condition, because bedwetting is a medical condition. They chose not to have him wear them even though it sounds like he made it clear that he needed them and they chose not to listen, and surprise, surprise, he wet the bed. Your sperm donor's hard-headed ideas about how bedwetting can just be solved if you take away their good nights stained the mattress, not you. He sounds very toxic. Even if it was his mom's idea, he didn't step in and help his child and it's still a toxic situation. I can see someone like this making fun of a child for the bedwetting, even if you let your kiddo go over there only during the day. Even offhand comments like you still pee the bed like a baby? He sounds traumatized. You're right to keep your kid out of there.